You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable. Calling. 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 Still.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? I just need till tonight. Let me work. My debt? I don't fucking owe you. It's... Who is... never mind. I don't have time for this.
He does not seem to be overly thankful of your kindness as he hangs up. Disconnect tone. Calling.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
If I could go just 1 month without writing, no, 2 months, I could regenerate my brain. Fucking liberalism.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number. Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Lucky you, the call went too fast for the payphone to register. You can still make a new one without paying. There's some tear, an empty cigarette, 2 empty bottles. No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Whoever tossed it. Now, this makes partying look bad. Still, don't let it sway you. You're responsible. You see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads, Shish Kebab Revachol. It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief. A crinkled chewing gum wrapper. The worn label reads, Tutti Frutti. It smells faintly of apricots, with a barely noticeable twinge of cinnamon. Good question. There is drawn by regret. Stop before you hurt yourself with a Tutti Frutti wrapper. Throw it away, please. Good question. Drawn by regret. You carefully... An intricate web of blue lines. The pattern still kind of has an ethnic for you to discover. You've gotten as someone close to the victim might know. The bullet is still safe. The squashed bullet, the squished little thing, has no idea. But bullets don't talk. That sounds...
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. It's to express...
Is that a bald spot?
Of course it is. Maybe it was a bad idea. Oh, yeah. That's a meteor and name for the Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation. Yes? Goodbye, officer.
Yo, man. What's on your mind? Life is true if it's free. I would much rather tell you about true life. The crabman's been lurking here in casement. Like, this is some... Sure. They're hardcore. They're just clothes. It's just a style, you know. Normal hard style. The crabman's been lurking here for a while. Not like a lit encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the crabman is experiencing. Like, this is some old world sure.
Welcome back. No. Well, it's just questioning, right? You're just questioning me. It's what cops do. Go ahead. Sure. You... Me? Yes. Oh, I just tried to stay away from the crabman. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on. Beats me. Noid said they... Who do you want to know about? Andre.
She rubs.
He takes care of shit. Who do you want to know about? He's a four-burger, I guess. Like the rest. He's real hard. What do you mean, do? Like, for a living? He's a carpenter. Trained and all. He's very good. He just doesn't have the mindset to work like that. In a shop somewhere. Not to sound too dramatic, but I wouldn't make light of his belief system when he... Who do you want to know about? Me? I told you. Yes. Sure.
Yes, what is it? What? No, no one says I brought them here. They are connected to my rain. Great.
That's a deer!
The mother of humanism. The greatest innocence, browsing through the very... You can do it. Your educational... Disappoint... The note is written with a... According to the note, someone named the note does... Are you serious? Ding, ding, ding. Someone has scripted... You'll find the filament memory with the offside copy in the frozen ice... The edges of the pages are... The jacket copy proclaims... Man from Hyamdar, he is ambushed by a tribe of female warriors and taken to... You open the book to a random... His arms whirling like... The edges of... The face of King Freecell's comrade. As you know, this, but like the structures of capitalist, are only 4 issues. So please, you flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you. It takes a moment, but why they decided to title this one section Invalda, it evokes a sense of recognition and fellowship among those privileged enough to understand. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled You Flip Back to the Front of the Magazine. The table of this section includes a long. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about bear wrestling in Samara. Face it, you really are. You flip back to the front of the magazine. Medicinal purposes of the Pale. Flipping through the book, you find a number of sections on the. Have you taken any? And on your walk, you close. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse, handwritten logs on dozens of investigations. You don't exactly close. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Which one do you want? This one is relative. The mural is in true love. People, the graffito, the crew agree. The 9,000 is staggering. No one cares what you believe. Not much has changed.
That's a deal! Yeah! Too hardcore! It sucks up!
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with.
Oh! I can't escape the sound! Can't escape the future! No nation! But it's time to compromise! Increment! I'm swiftly moving toward a solution.
You feel Jermaine Egghead's smile.
Dark Hard Hardcore! Basically, yes it is. Yeah! The first page of the second chapter! Tape! Yeah! Alright! No! No, no! This is gonna make people scared! Keep it positive! Normal! Stable! Normal! Stable! Lungs are for love! When Dolores Day was anointed innocence, her lungs started glowing through her body. For the world...
Objectively, it was good for its time. And they sort of screwed it. Don't listen to that retrograde class warrior, Egg.
Lungs are for love! Normal! Stable! No...
Yes, what is it? What? No, no one's the swallow, you mean?
Because it's just the offside copy you brought me help. Because it's just the offside copy. Exactly. What do you think it is?
That's a little above.
You measure it by its surroundings. By that.
But honestly,
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, everyday parlance.
Ghosts? No, I don't think so.
She has already turned back.
Because it's just the offside copy you brought me. Exact. What do you think it?
That's a little...
I don't know.
You measure it by.
But honestly,
But does it have anything to do with necroplasm?
yes, that's what led me here.
Because it's just trial and the offside copy you.
Great. Thanks. I brought them here. They are connected to my RAIN prefect. I used the AR1. RAIN prefect is my raid. Yes? You really don't know any?
Alright. Well, on the front. The Unified, it's all around us.
I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser, anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
Great.
Welcome back. No. Welcome back. Sure. What do you mean? Actually, one time, Egg came with us. It was definitely cold sick. People were sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. You wish you'd been there.
Actually, one time, Egg was yelling. Egg came with us. It was definitely. People were sweet.
You can see it must have been. You wish you'd been there.
Who do you want to know about? Andre.
She rubs.
He takes care of shit. Who do you want to know about? Oh, I just tried to stay away. Beats me. Noid said, who do you want to know? Oh, but earlier today she told me about... What do you mean? Who do you want to know? Me? Yes. Better that. What do you mean? Oh, that. Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Ah, okay. Anyway. Oh, that. Anodic music does... Anyway. Even if you don't have vocals, you still need... He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how... Who do you want to know about? Me? Again? I told you, I'm a silver bird. It means I don't answer questions about myself. Is there a law that would stop me from lying, though? Thank you. Me? Again? Yes, sure.
Yo, man. What's on your mind?
Hey man, oh yeah, that's a meteor, and come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know? I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organization. Yes, it's to express my individual...
Is that a bald spot?
Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes. All because I'm balding, yes. I want to fuse the remains of my hair together before it leaves me. I want to show my hair. I don't give a... Not 20. Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway. Goodbye, officer.
Yo, man. The life is true of this, but I would much rather tell you about the Crabman's been not like in case, like, this is some sure. Suspicious. It took us set. It's short for paranoid. Good call. Not exposing yourself to stuff like that. Dead body, spirit entered, the mass murderer. Why? That's not the life that you... Okay, sure.
Put your hands where I can see them.
Show me your hands. This is the pace. Show me your hands. Right now!
Scavenged, battery-powered police lights protrude from her back. The flickering light show reveals a gun in her shaking hand. You shouldn't be here. Something's very wrong with her.
Failure to comply. Suspect is displaying aggression. Officer, under duress. Officer, under duress! I am the police. Don't move. Don't laterovascular neck restraint. Carotid sleeper. Carotid sleeper. It's a goddamn police shitbag. On the pavement. You're under arrest.
As she waves her hands, you notice familiar-looking ampoules and packets sticking out of the mountain of police gear on her back. Medicine? Or drugs? Magnesium, Duramine, maybe even speed. Might.
Confiscated contraband. Restricted access. 2 kilos missing. Back up. Back up. Back up. Status unconfirmed.
No. I thought Mr. Moran... Gareth.
Aggravated assault. Man down. Officers in pursuit.
There's a scenario unfolding in her head right now. It has nothing to do with what's happening here.
Law enforcement compromised. License and registration. License and registration. Come in dispatch. Sector. Azimuth.
She's losing it. One twitch and there would be blood. She's frantic, confused, teetering under all... Sure, you're you, but how do...
Suicide by cop. Split-second decision.
Oh, I see. Okay, the gun was empty. All is good. You're fine.
What is this? This isn't police issue. Police weapons have bullets. This isn't real. Police gun always has bullets. What is this? Why did you sell me this?
She looks devastated. Grab the gun. Right now.
No one ever cares anymore. Why would they treat me like this?
Okay, you need to figure out what to do with her now.
Nobody's ever around. No.
Her scratched skin is warm to the touch, but the person inside doesn't even know you're there. The catatonic woman, especially now that she's unarmed.
Please leave the radio on. Mr. Moran is on Channel 8.
Reflex to what? Exactly. With only the voice of Gareth Morand to accompany her on Channel 8. She stands motion. The woman stands is one of those things, there were narcotics in there. The old woman doesn't. She doesn't even take the file. She didn't consume. Holding the gun feels natural and satisfying. It's like an extension of your arm. It reminds you of the day you first held it, with fear and respect, hoping you don't have to use it in vain. The sun was out in Jamrock. It was so long ago. This gun, Sunrise Parabellum, will be the only thing standing between you and the all-consuming nothingness that threatens to eat the world. Sheathe it and wait, herald. It won't be long now.
Hello. Sure, let me have a look. Alright, let's see it. Oh, no. Besides, this gear costs a fortune. There's no one in Martinez with that kind of money.
It feels like he would have accepted the risk if he hoped to profit from it. It's not good.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time.
The Copper NATO is back. What do you want? What's that, Copper? You want us to help little old ladies now? Yeah. We'll send someone out. Who is? Wait. It's the pigs, isn't it? God. Poor lady. Don't worry. We'll handle this. I think she got some family in Kuron or something. Bastards left her alone when she got sick. We've been getting complaints.
Hey, wasn't Everart's B team looking for her the other day? They said something about her, I don't know, finding something?
Yeah, I think you're right, Gene. She have something of yours, Pig?
Whatever you do, do not admit to these punks you lost your gun.
No? Well, whatever then, Copper.
No. They totally said what it was. What was it? Anyone remember?
I don't remember. I was fucking drunk.
Let me know if you figure it out back there. Now, anything else we can help you with? Auntie LaPlante, we always called her. Something LaPlante.
Marianne, amigo.
Be anything else you wanted to know? Was? Like before. Just an old lady. Her kids moved away years ago. Never come to visit. Never took her calls. She gets out every now and then. She did right by lots of us when we were kids. Always was a little off, but still.
The children kept her together.
Get wanted to be a cop, you mean? Well, shit. I don't actually know. Anyone know why she started acting like a pig?
No fucking clue. It's gotta be the crazy. Who'd want to be a pig? You are already signed up, Cerdo. This guy is seriously damaged.
Nah, don't worry about it, Al. The cops wanted to dress up and play policeman. Dunno. She lives by the water. Shit washes up all the time on the big...
Station 41. A man carries a crate of rusted, unused badges. You think these would net us something at the annual auction? A balding detective drags a comb futilely across his head. Shit, who'd want those? Just dump them into the river.
No problemo, cop man.
Sure enough, we're the real heroes on these streets.
Hi again, Gendarme. Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Wow. Just wow. I hope you really enjoyed yourself up there. Had a cathartic experience. Because for that really sucked.
It's safe to say this is about your karaoke performance.
I get it. You were purposefully shit. So original. I'm not letting anyone up there again. Ever. Now what did you want? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but another thing. Great. Yes? Do I have a...
He sounds irritated.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why?
Because he's not a bartender.
That's right. I'm the cafeteria manager. I'm glad we cleared that. Was there anything else?
What you want is a goddamn drink. How is that so hard to understand? Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple? Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it.
Always a pleasure to see an officer. I told you everything. No.
What does he do then?
Yes, officer? No.
What does?
Oh, this and that. Officer, I work as a special courier. You know, urgent deliveries. Oh, yes, officer?
Wow, so someone's been a little bored. Yes, my standard liege. Someone's seen all sorts of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take them. Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official. My lord's coppo type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know. I'll send out a telefax. Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a caste, a class even, a nation of regular law officials that you belong to. Done and done. The window stands The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it. The unchanged linens are only getting greasier and greasier every time you crawl among them. Like some wounded animal, you close your eyes and ask for sleep. Just some hours of regular sleep, please.
It's easier this time. Drifting off, your head has found a comfortable indent in the pillow. Your legs and your torso feel like lead weights sinking to the bottom of the sea until they're suddenly light.
This respite, you've earned it, brother. Bask in the darkness. Let it swallow you up and swivel you around while you forget everything you've managed to remember. Now you haven't. You've just... You're welcome, Harry boy. You earned it.
After centuries of darkness, the alarm rings. But what's this? You actually feel rested. There's no time to cuddle with your pillow, however, or as much as shiver from the cold. The world awaits.
Don't.
Yes? What about me? Good. Let's check.
No response. A moment. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. 10-4, sir, roger that, and very glad to hear it. I will make relevant changes to the report. Roger that.
You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine. Calling. Still.
Stop calling me, man. I'll get you your money, alright? You got the wrong number. Don't call here again.
Disconnect tone. Calling.
I'm tired.
Sounds like he hasn't talked to anyone in quite a while.
Writing. I hate writing so much. But I have to get back to it.
The man disappears with a sigh. You do not hear the customary disconnect tone, just silence in the handset. The machine is still waiting for you to dial a number. Seems like it did not have time to swallow the coin. This sometimes happens. Lucky you. The call went too fast for the payphone to ring. You close your eyes and followed by still time. What were you trying to achieve? His own. It's really The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electrical, R&D. Tomorrow is just a whisper away. Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no cold hand brushing against your forehead, no rustle in the reeds. The wind has died down. The ruin in front of you is silent as a tomb. Trying to talk to the wind, the city, whatever you thought would happen did not, and now you're just standing there in the pale of the morning, with your hands fallen to your side. Is trying to talk to the city something you've done before? Is it in your secret repertoire? A trick for when you're out of ideas? A prayer of sorts to Revachol.
How do we? I was really hoping she'd be in the village. Okay. She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned most of the outdoor areas on our wild cryptid hunt, so we have an understanding of the geography, at least. And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like progress, but exclusion is a step too. Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way. Sector by sector. Go over the whole peninsula, ask the locals, enter the places where we can enter first, like we did in the village. Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, this place. I'm sure it won't come to that.
Walk the coast, the old boardwalk, the reeds. You can always come back here and talk to the wind again. Look where it already got you. Buckle up and raise your collar. This search is going to be wet and cold. Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the molecules around you, moving, flowing from high pressure to low pressure, like that of a woman emptying her lungs. She wraps the collapsing stone box in front of you in her breath, flowing through it. In through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase to the basement, sweeping away footprints in the dust on the stairs, and then the beach below the boardwalk, its winding tunnels, a whisper away.
She's down there.
Okay. Why? Good, yes. Cold spells. So basically your hangover is telling you she's down there? Right. How do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything. I'm 43 years old, and I plan to live to see 70.
There has to be a way to use brute force. Climbing sounds unsafe. Brute force is safe. Look around and find something to break if the ladder fails. An old pipe peeks out from beneath the rotten boards of the boardwalk. Could this be an alternative path into the fell building? Your eyes slowly begin to adjust to the darkness inside the drainage pipe. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder. An ordinary drainage pipe. Darkness. As your eyes adjust, you see some trash. Crumpled up newspapers, cigarette butts. Someone has half-heartedly spray-painted skulls on the right side. And nothing. Broken glass from bottles thrown against the walls of the pipe. A syringe.
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely, and not without risk to our health either. However, the pipe suggests there may be an entrance to the basement around.
The lieutenant's face lights up. He doesn't usually notice these little things.
And it's right here. A maintenance door.
Oh yeah. Big boy time. This needs you to put your back into it. The metal doors are heavy, and the flaking rust hurts your palms. But, together with the lieutenant, you manage to slide them open just enough to squeeze in.
Good work. Shall we?
This isn't just glass. These are old computation components. Yes, filament memories. From the time when wires were cast in glass, slides with an inlaid nervous system.
So it is. I think it is used to form a single system, slotted in the wall.
The how was a closely guarded secret. Something that was locked in safes in human heads across the river where they were manufactured. As to why, your fingers don't know.
The rest of the building seems to have been picked clean. These? No. These are old filament memories. I hope you're not expecting to find that device here. You will be disappointed.
All you'll find here is pain. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spiderweb in the lower left corner of the portrait. Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair, matched by an ample moustache and sideburns, look a bit silly. Someone crouches, heels digging into wet sand. Hands sweep across the sand. Grains stick into the frayed skin of the fingertips. An old man sits on a slab of concrete and taps his fingers against the glass of a scope. You shudder.
Yes. Looks like some latter-day radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago. Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts the communards built against the amphibious landing. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then, but that's all been looted. We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers. I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case. Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. The youths always go for this kind of stuff. You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
No, what do you mean? I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh. Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, we need to plan our next step carefully. Once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do? We'll set in motion events we have no control over.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. The deadlock between the company and the Union will destabilize. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Okay, why not? Whatever goes down might also affect her. The Union is watching her closely now. I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollination.
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something.
I still don't think that was a good idea. But yes, our affairs with the Wild Pines are in order.
Someone's been a very busy boy. Good on you.
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
Let's try not to worry, he thinks. If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise. Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no turning back.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your new. That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield? Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing it.
Really now? Check.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel.
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing. It's the ULAN frequency. Blasted from that pale emitter.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
You should probably check on Kim. That's what good partners do.
Right behind you, officer.
The torment Lieutenant Kitsuragi is experiencing is worse than your own, but he's slowly beginning to recover.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
Sounds like she knew someone who used to man one of those stations. But she won't tell you about her. Boy, you're one empathetic police officer to have guessed even that right now.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break.
I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond. Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through. No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream. Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it. If you've got something really important to say, you can do...
On mattress.
Spirit and Ember.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. She looks at the machine, assessing the...
Oh, fuck it.
You should know the words to say. You've been here yourself, because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself. No, wait. Finally, it comes to you. She flashes you an incredulous grin. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head, and pulls the trigger. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
Lieutenant Yefreitor Dubois, control your emotions. We did our job. This won't be the worst thing that happens on this case, believe me.
There is no coming back from this one.
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up her body. We need to move it somewhere. That tent there.
The plain red tent stands by dispassionately. You see a rolled-up sleeping bag.
We should put her in the sleeping bag, so the rats don't.
The lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag, surrounded by empty cigarette packs, books, and half-read magazines. Magazines? You should look through them. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection of radio enthusiast magazines.
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines doesn't have images on the cover. It's not a magazine, it's a leather notebook. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. She watches by, motionless.
We should read this immediately, like right now.
plain... A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around in their back pocket. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed brand name, Schneller.
Does that mean we get...
This was important to her, when it was still hers. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of its ruled pages have been filled. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams, and personal reflections, all dated.
We could learn a lot from this.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes. I can give this to her after we finish this.
Professionalism is his coping mechanism. Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Short, wry observations of people and places, probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues, always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand all of it. The most recent entry is from today. It reads, even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I don't think she killed the mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed. Too bad we didn't really get to hear hers.
This whole thing was a detour, and a fatal one, he thinks. Don't get emotional.
No, it's dirty. Classier was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or... Either way, we should go back to the Whirling, see if we can find out more about her time there. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the Whirling and Rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.